shame I've been divorced 2 times over dumb shit. I'm ashamed my son call another nigga pops, cause his mom still bitter we didn't work it out.
Top of the morning, beautiful people. And as you can see, me, my hair, don't care, locked up. I'm beginning this journey. I've seen a lot of my sisters that came to the event last night. A lot of them were natural, locked up, gave me a lot of encouragement for us to, get back on this path to our natural beauty. And then when you get to a point like mine where, you're married and you're settled in life, you know who you are, you know where you're going, you stop caring so much about other people's opinions and what they may think of you. But welcome to the show this morning. I know you guys are like, where our sister? We have not seen you. Now, I need to make a few announcements. I need to make some announcements about New Black City that happened this weekend here in Atlanta. First thing I want to say is that it was an awesome event, an awesome turnout. There wasn't an empty seat in the house. We were able to have fun. We were able to learn. We were able to have good conversation. We were able to eat good, and we did all that without the spot getting shot up, without anybody getting mad, without anybody getting an attitude. We were able to come together as a people and have that conversation. So the one that happened in Atlanta was the first one. Everybody was so excited. They're like, where are we going next? So somebody said, let's go to Miami. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know. Now, there are a couple of things that went down at New Black City that I need to make some announcements about. There are some people that donated $10 to the organization in order to watch the live stream. But when we got there, there was an issue. When we got to the venue, there was an issue with the internet. So we weren't able to create the live stream, but we did have it filmed by CTV Network. And they are actually in the process of cutting it down, editing it to give us a straight show, without all of the extra. And as soon as we get that, they told us maybe 2 to 3 days, then we will be forwarding that to the people that made a $10 donation for the live stream. Now, some of those people that received a invitation to the live stream that you did not get the live stream, some of you all had asked for a refund on the $10. Those refund requests will be honored. We'll be taking care of that today. So if you wanted a refund back from your $10 and you put in a request, that's fine. We'll honor those today. If you did not request the $10 back and you would prefer to receive the video as soon as it's completed, we're asking that you be patient with us. We should have that to you by the end of this week. So thank you guys so much for those of you all that supported. Now, if you are watching this and you were at the event last night, there were quite a few things left behind, lost and found. So I have a black jacket that has a black lining on the inside. There was a blue and silver watch that was left. And then there's also it looks like a rose gold ring that has some type of like diamond encrustment around it. So if you know that you lost something or you misplaced the item, if you would be so kind to email us at the organization, we'll get your email. We want to make sure that those things are properly returned to you. In addition to that, we had an issue with the t-shirt printer when it came to our VIP packages. When we went to pick up the t-shirts, he didn't print as many as he was supposed to. So if you are a VIP guest and you came as a VIP guest, and when we handed out bags at the end of the night, if you did not receive your bag, if you would be so kind to email me, notify me, give me your mailing address, then you have my word that I will make sure that you will receive your VIP gift along with the recipe. Now, all of the food, right, was really, really, really good. And the caterer, we were supposed to be sponsored by Rendezvous Atlanta. And I think that the owner or something ended up having an emergency. I don't know what happened, but they didn't follow through with the food. So for those of you all that came, you ate good. We had rotisserie chicken. We had teriyaki glazed salmon. We had broccoli. We had yellow rice. We had white rice. We had dinner rolls. I want you all to know that I got up that morning at 6 o'clock and I was the caterer. I prepared all of that food for our guests, and we didn't get any complaints. The food was good, along with the help of my god sister, Celeste Bill. Now, my godmother was there last night, Alvita King, and you know what a lot of people were surprised about? They were surprised that instead of her sitting down enjoying the show, that she was up and she was serving. And that's the type of relationship that we have. We don't never think that, you know, we're too big to serve or come together and do anything for each other. So somebody said in the comments, I thought Kwame cooked. Kwame made the wings. Kwame made the appetizer. The rest of the food was prepared by my hand. So, and nobody had any complaints. All of it was good. So, okay, we talked about the food. We talked about Lost and Found. We talked about the email for the live stream. We also discussed food, my mama king. So, highlights from the event. What were my best takeaways from the event? Oh, man. Pookie and Scotty kind of stole the show. When they came running out and was doing the whole police chase scene, that was really fun. Judge Joe Brown showed out. Kwame and that doggone Rottweiler. If you all have been on my page and seen that picture of Kwame, him coming out with that doggone Rottweiler on that leash, it was a teddy bear Rottweiler. That was so funny. And Unica, the girl in the red dress, oh my God, stole the show. Now, guys, I was Keisha. I don't know if I'm the best at acting or being a natural or whatever, but we tried. So New Black City, thank you so much to everybody that came out. Councilman Mark was there. If you guys are following him, he is a council member for South Fulton of Georgia, and I'll be posting him up on my page. He came. You know, we had a really, really good conversation. We heard from a man's perspective, you know, how they feel about some of these issues, you know, with abortion. We talked about CRT. We talked about resolution. We had a really, really great time. So if you missed this one, make sure you come out to the next one. Now, let's get into this because I'm not going to be here. I got a lot of work I got to do, so I don't plan on keeping you long this morning. But yesterday, if you guys caught Kwame's line live, he had a doctor on his live that was on there for quite a few hours. If you haven't watched it, you need to go back and you need to listen to the information that he was giving us. But this doctor used to be a gangbanger, turned his life around, you know, went back to school, got his studies. But anyway, he's educating us on something that I've been talking about, which is medical apartheid. And he was basically discussing, you know, how they're basically trying to stop our reproduction. He was talking about hysterectomies and the removal of the wombs. He was talking about men going and getting clipped and having their, you know, seeds, you know, taken out of their scrotum and what they're doing, you know, with some of this stuff to kind of reproduce and all of this organ harvesting and all of this stuff. And I kept trying to get on the live and it kept messing up. But I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I was telling the doctor, not only, you know, is it attack against the uterus, but it's also an attack against life. And I was explaining to him, and I was also explaining to everybody that was listening how the uterus is important because the uterus is the carrier of life. And I was talking about this attack not only against Black life, but against Black women, because one of the women that were on the conversation talked about, he said, hey, okay, so somebody said that they received the email that they won, but they never got their ticket. Can you forward me that email back, Peaches, and let me look into that, honey, and we'll get you taken care of. That may have been an overlook or an oversight or something like that, but can you get that to me, sweetheart? And you got my word that I'll look into that and we'll try to get that situated and taken care of for you. So let's keep going. So I wish you would have just shown up, because if you had the email from us that said you won a ticket, if you would have just showed up to the event, we would have definitely honored that. So I apologize, but I'll make sure that you're taken care of. So the doctor, you know, one of the young ladies on the live, they said, hey, well, you know, is it safer for us to give birth to our baby standing up or laying on their back? And we were talking about, you know, this new agenda that's being pushed where they are basically saying that it is safer for us to abort than to carry our babies. They're talking about Black women and this death rate, right, from giving birth. And so I wanted to remind them of this tweet, and I'm gonna show it to you guys because I keep telling y'all it's an agenda. It's an agenda to exterminate Black life, all Black life, Black women, Black men, Black children, Black babies, all Black life. And so I was telling them about this tweet. And one of the reasons why this is important is because my mother herself was not born in a hospital. My mother wasn't born in a hospital. She was born in the shed in the back. My grandmother wasn't born in a hospital. My aunts and uncles weren't born in hospitals. You know, back then the doctor used to come and they would do a doctor visit where they would bring their bags. Okay. We've all seen videos of women trying to make it to the hospital to give birth and end up having the baby in the ambulance, having the baby in the car, having the baby at home, walking into the hospital, the baby just pops out, somebody catching the baby. We've seen all of this. So reality is that we don't need hospitals to give birth. That's reality, okay? I ain't trying to come against Big Pharma. I don't want nobody to jump on me. I don't want nobody to beat me up, okay? Reality is, and truth is, that birth is something that is natural, that comes with life, okay? Reality is that every species, right, gives birth, but somehow we are the only ones, right, that has to go into the hospital and need assistance with the doctor, okay? The cows are giving birth without a doctor. Pigs are giving birth without a doctor. Horses are giving birth without a doctor. Gorillas are giving birth without a doctor. Dogs are giving birth without a doctor. Cats are giving birth. Bats, chickens sitting on their eggs, whatever. Anybody that's bringing anything, any species bringing life into this world is able to do so because it's something that is natural, right? The way that we grow, the way that we develop, you know, things happen naturally without the assistance of any doctors. So I have been saying to myself, wait a minute, you know, this new agenda that they're pushing, trying to scare women into not giving birth, but let's not just say women, let's say Black women. I'm going to put up this post from Planned Parenthood. I'm going to leave it up for a couple of minutes. Yes, this is real. You guys can go to Google. You can research this yourself. I want you all to see this. Now, I have told you all several times that Planned Parenthood was specifically designed, the Negro Project, to rid the earth of the Black population. They don't want us here. If you need any more proof other than what I've told you, other than what you've been able to look up and study for yourself, look at this tweet. The thing to me that caught my attention to this tweet is not only are they calling out Black women, but when they put it out. Halloween, October 31st, 2017. If you're a Black woman in America now, if you're a Black woman in America, it's statistically safer to kill your baby. I'm not gonna say have an abortion because they want to make it cute. Let's read what they are saying. If you are a Black woman in America, it is statistically safer for you to kill your baby than to carry a pregnancy to term or give birth. If you look down at the bottom, that was at 11:13 a.m. October 31st, 2017. Now, let me say something. I've never in my life seen a tweet like that towards any other ethnicity. Not only are they telling us, right, they are admitting this on an open platform. They put out a tweet to the whole world saying that it is safer for us to kill our children than to carry them and give them life. Now, you have Black women that are pushing this agenda. Kamala Harris is one of them. Every Black life came from a Black woman giving birth. We have been around since the beginning of time. Before doctors, before hospitals, right, were even invented. They are now telling us that it is safer for us to kill our children than for our children to live. Do not tell me that it is not an agenda. Do not tell me that Planned Parenthood is the enemy of Black Americans. You just sat up there and read it. Now, not only did they say that it's safer for us to kill our babies, they have also funded it by the government, put their abortion clinics in our areas, right? And just recently passed a bill to legally, right, in places that is not already legal, abort a baby up until the moment of birth. So there is a resolution to this, right? If it is safer for us to abort, let them tell it, than to give birth, right? And Black women are dying in the hospitals, and you know what that tells me? Stop going to the hospital to have your baby. And it gets deeper than that. What's up with the placenta? I am now learning, right, that there are life-saving elements inside of the placenta. I am now learning that if you keep the placenta and don't let them keep it and don't allow them to throw it away and take it home and freeze it, years later, if you come down with some type of disease or some type of ailment, that you can actually use the placenta to heal yourself. Another way that they have tricked us, not only have they convinced us that it is healthy for us to kill our babies, but we have all walked out of those abortion clinics, those that have done it without taking your children's remains. Left them there for them to experiment on, for them to sell, for them to implant in another person's body. Not only that, Dr. Fauci, look at what's going on at the University of Pittsburgh. Do you all know that they were taking scalps from aborted babies and sewing them onto the heads of lab rats to see if they could make the hair grow? I know y'all think I'm lying. You want me to look it up? Hold on, because I got to show y'all everything. Y'all don't believe nothing. Hold on. Hold on. Let's pull this up. Come right up. Let me go on here and let me show it to you. Come right up. All you got to do is go type it in. Check this out. Because y'all got to see this. Look. Here you go right there. Horror. Aborted baby scalps were grafted onto backs of lab rats in NIAID funded experiment. Gruesome photos of experiments show human baby hair growing on humanized mice. What is what's a humanized mice? I don't know. That's new to me. Who babies are those? Those our babies? The ones we saying we don't want, we ain't ready. The ones we so recklessly carrying, up here just making because they got us thinking that abortion is a form of birth control when abortion is really population control. How much longer are we going to begin to sacrifice our children now? Let's keep going. Because I know y'all say, Angela, wait a minute, hold on, this is horrible. This cannot be real. Now, y'all know hold on one second, my nose running. I just woke up this morning. I said, let me jump on here real quick. Now, the Texas abortion law, right? We've seen people get up in arms in regards to this Texas abortion law. I've shared video with you all of women down there protesting. They had the one Black woman on there talking about she had 7 abortions and she needed her abortions, and where would she be without her abortions? They had the pastor up there talking about she had her abortion and it felt good. And then they had Meg Thee Stallion up there. Meg Thee Stallion, oh, I'm a Texas girl and I'm going to stand up and we're going to fight. We want our right to abort. And so I retweeted Meg, right? I reposted it. Meg and I share a mutual friend, Kelly. I reposted it. I said, oh gosh, I'm so disappointed in Meg. This is what I talk about. I talk about how these girls use their platforms to promote, promiscuous sex, and it's all about WAP and all suck his dick and make them marry me and all of this. And then next thing you know, you running up here pregnant because you done slept with somebody that don't care nothing about you, don't want to be with you. So now you feel like, why am I having a baby? This man not studying me. So y'all done created a life together, and now we're sacrificing our children. So I put up a tweet and I was like, I'm so disappointed in Meg that she does not understand, right, how she's being used. She blocked me. Look at this. Now, I kept telling y'all, I say, listen, we got to wake up now. Most of us black folks, we believe in protecting life. We believe in protecting our children. A lot of us don't have nothing to do with anything satanic. That's just usually like not how we roll. I kept telling us that abortion is child sacrifice. I kept saying, listen, these people, these entertainers, hold on, let me pull this up because I got to show y'all this one more time too. Hold on. What happened? Back to the show. Hold on. Computer moving kind of slow. Give me a second. Hold on. I gotta show y'all something. Okay. Save this. You can come back over here to the StreamYard. I need to add this right quick so you guys can see it. Because I kept saying, y'all, I said, and these people are these entertainers, they are Moloch worshipers. I said, abortion, I said, it's child sacrifice. We need to not align with them and be so proud of this practice. What is it that they are pushing? What are they doing? And then I started putting all of this stuff together because I remember Miley Cyrus, who we know has been very open in her support of all things demonic. She was the first person to go buy the little Nas 666 shoes, and we already know how they used her and how perverted she is, how she was this child star, and now she's just a straight out, pervert. Everything she does is perverted and geared towards our children. So I said, wait a minute, let me look into this. And then Miley Cyrus put up this picture. Do you guys remember this? On the left. It's a little blurry. But there is Miley Cyrus knowing that black babies are the most aborted out of any other ethnicity. Here she is taking a picture of a cake that says abortion is healthcare. I want to talk about these tools, right? Now, one of the reasons why this picture is important is because, for one, people kept saying these Satanists keep eating babies. I don't see nothing cool about eating no abortion cake. And abortion is a dead baby. Why is she eating this? Not only I start paying attention to their symbolism, right? Look how they took the birth date and turned it into the death date. A birthday cake is to celebrate your birth. They have taken this cake to celebrate death. And here she is licking a cake that says abortion, and they want me to believe that there's no truth to the conspiracy. They drink baby blood and eat babies. I don't know. I'm just looking at Miley Cyrus. Now, let's go back to this. We're talking about Moloch worship and abortion being child sacrifice, because we know we've read in the Bible. We even know where, they say that God told Adam, to forsake his son, right? To sacrifice his son, and he had him on the altar, right? So we do know that human sacrifice is real. We know about, a lot of these different religions, and we know people sacrifice chickens, and we know they sacrifice goats, and, we know about all that. But people don't want to believe that human sacrifice is a real thing. Human sacrifice is also a very real thing, because what you have to understand is the blood represents life. The blood represents life. So let's go back to Satanic Temple. Now, all of this stuff is right here in your face for you to see it. Not only has Planned Parenthood specifically targeted the Black race through their founder, Margaret Sanger, not only has Planned Parenthood admitted, right, through their own public tweet, which is online for everybody to see, that they believe it's safer for us and they want us to abort our children. I don't know what it is in our skin. You know, the doctor was talking about some of that stuff on Kwame's Live yesterday about our melanin and us being the fastest and all of this stuff. I don't know why they're so amped on targeting the Black community with abortion, but we saw the tweet. Now we've got all these Black voices, right, that are supposed to be representation, you know, for abortion. They got Mary J. Blige on their page. They got Meg Thee Stallion. They got all of these stars, right? Tiffany Haddish, all of them A1 abortion supporters, right? Then we got this. Check this out. Because I keep telling y'all that this is Moloch worship. This right here was tweeted directly from the Satanic Temple. Listen, this is not a joke. I want you all to hear what this says. The Satanic Temple encourages Meg Thee Stallion. Help me understand why you're standing with this, ma'am. The Satanic Temple encourages any member who is a Texas resident and seeks to perform an abortion ritual. Contact us for legal assistance. So now an abortion is a ritual. Now, not only does your government want to legally fund abortion, right? While they give illegal immigrants $450,000 per person for crossing this border, right? The Satanic Temple is aligning with the government. Why is the government aligning with the Satanic Temple? Why is Meg Thee Stallion aligning with the Satanic Temple to promote abortion? Why is Kodak Black tweeting from his page about how he done sacrificed 6 of his own children? Y'all have to get this. This is not who we are. This is not designed for us. This does not promote, help Black life. This ends Black life at the very core. The Satanic Temple. Here's another one. Look at this. They're putting out, it has 34,367 likes, and it says an abortion ritual. What the hell is a ritual? I'm just asking. What's a ritual? So now performing an abortion, which is going in and ending a life that God created, they're now referring to this as a ritual. Go look on the page. Black people, we sacrificing our children to the devil now? I'm just asking. Y'all telling me Black Lives Matter. This is what y'all saying, Black Lives Matter. So if Black Lives Matter, Black people, why are we sacrificing our children, right? Our unborn babies, why are we sacrificing them to the devil? They are telling us right in our face what it is that they are doing. It's not a lie. It's not a conspiracy theory, okay? This is facts. So listen to this. They tell us it's safer for us to abort our children. They tell us abortion is health care. Instead of giving us economic empowerment, they give us abortion clinics. Instead of helping young black women that are pregnant or single black mothers that are trying to hold on to their children and need assistance. Instead of helping them, they open the border and say, we're going to bring in 11 million Latino, Mexican, whatever you want to call it, illegal immigrants. The Democrats now, the ones that y'all praise, the ones that you allowed to cheat me, you allowed to cheat you, we allowed to cheat our children. They voted, right? I'm going to show this to you because I know y'all think I'm lying. Look at this. Let me pull this up. Donald Trump Jr. Oh my God. Remember those $450,000 payments to illegal aliens? House Democrats just voted to make them law and the media is covering it up. We need to wake up now and stop this bill in the Senate. So the Democrats undercover, because remember the media is aligned with them. I had put out a tweet a while back before they took down my Twitter page. I said, listen, Donald Trump isn't against us. He's not fighting us. Donald Trump is fighting the media, the Hollywood elite. See, this is what he was up against. They use all of this stuff to control our minds, control our emotions, make us think that they're fighting for us when all you fighting for us is for us to kill our children. You telling me right now that America has enough money to give $450,000, this is tax dollars, this is our money, per illegal immigrant, per Latino illegal immigrant, right? Because we're going to get into that too, crossing the border, because we know when the black folks came, they was out there with the horses in the reins and the folk were gone in 24 hours. So we know this ain't about black folk. So this actually hurts us. This is against us. So not only are you allowing them access into this country, right, where 3.5 black Americans are still living in poverty, but you are also economically empowering them. They are coming into this country with a $450,000 ticket to get on their feet. So that means with that $450, they can go move in any community, whether it's black or whatever, and decide, hey, we're going to buy this many houses. Or, hey, we're going to buy us a gas station. Or, hey, we're going to open us a beauty supply store. Or, hey, we're going to put us a restaurant. But a black mother that's struggling to raise her children because she didn't want to abort, because she believed Black Lives Matter, right? She can't get nothing but some food stamps and an apartment in the hood that's paying $25 a month, right? You doing her a favor by putting her children, right, in a disadvantaged, right, community where they don't have the best access to education. They don't have the best access to quality health care. They don't have the best access to opportunities for them to be great. So that black mother living in America that probably works a part-time job and does pay taxes, she is now paying for an illegal immigrant, right, and their children to come here and have a better life than she ever had. She get pregnant again, they're going to tell her to have an abortion. Why? Why we can't give her $450,000? Why we can't give the single father that's taking care of his children or raising his children $450,000? Huh? How come we can't give grandma, who the mom and daddy, they strung out and went and smoked crack and they stuck with all the kids, okay? Grandma raising all the children, why we can't give her $450,000? Where are the Democrats when it comes to fighting for what black Americans need? I don't need you to fight for me to have an abortion. Okay? I don't need you to fight for me after my son already got shot and killed by a police officer. It's too late. He gone, right? Yeah, we want people held accountable. We can do all that, but ain't none of that gonna bring that life back, right? None of that is gonna bring that life back. I'm not saying we wasting our time. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is we need to fight to be free right now. Those of us that are alive, the children that are coming into this world, right? Because we are trying to prepare a place for the next generation, but the next generation is not even being born. You mean to tell me all the next generation get is aborted? Let's get into this a little bit deeper. So, Black America, nothing to empower you economically. Nothing to help us where we're not in a position where we feeling like we have to commit crimes in order to survive, right? Because, you know, the people crossing the border, they don't give a damn if they committing a crime or not. They don't give a damn if it's illegal. They just doing what they got to do to have a better life. We got people in every hood across this country doing what they got to do to have a better life. We got mamas writing bad checks, trying to replace the money just because she needed to put some food in the house for a week. We got daddy, right, who on child support, right, because he want to be active. He want to take care of his children. Yeah, guess what? He got put out too as a teenager, right? He ain't have nowhere to go. He may have a baby over here. He might have a baby over there. Might even have a baby over there, right? But he's trying. He wants to take care of his children. So we got the government on him, right? So this one say, okay, well, $400 a month for this one. $400 a month for this one, $500 a month for this one. And now guess what? That brother is not even in a position to provide for himself. He can't get no help. He ain't got no choice but to feel like he got to do what he need to do in order to keep things going. He has to survive. He has to take care of those children. When he gets caught up, because he got a side hustle, because he's trying to do everything, and they give him a football number, you know, that 94 crime bill that sent all our uncles and daddies and cousins to prison for 20, 30, 40 years because they got caught with bags of marijuana that's now legal. We still trying to fight to get these people out. Joe Biden in office right now, what has he done? It was his bill. Trump turned over sentencing for a lot of them, made new rules, put it into play. Yeah, we got it rolling. But what is Joe Biden doing since it was his bill and he wrote it? How many thousands of Americans, Black Americans, did Kamala Harris in prison when she was the Attorney General down there in California for smoking marijuana? And then we watched this trick get on the Breakfast Club and talking about she was smoking weed while listening to Tupac. So you can smoke weed and listen to Tupac. But if you catch our brothers with some weed, some marijuana, they're going to prison for life. Leaving these children out here to be raised alone by their parent. You the only parent in the house, daddy in jail, you the mama, you got to work. Guess who that responsibility fall on? Usually the older sibling. The older sibling is just growing up themselves. They don't even know what they're doing. So now you're out of the home, mama. The daddy, they got rid of the daddy because he's in prison or either dead or gay, don't even want a family no more. He want to be with a man. Don't care nothing about none of that. I don't care who get mad. We're going to tell the truth this morning. Okay? So now, mama, you by yourself. You ain't got no choice but to work. You can't just up and run and leave, right? You ain't got no choice but to work. You got to hold on to these children. You might be gone 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours a day. By the time you come home, mama, you tired. You can barely hold your eyes open. You got to cook. You want to try to go over homework. You don't know what has happened. You done fell asleep on the sofa. You done fell asleep before the children even went to bed. That's 12 hours out of daylight time that your children have been indoctrinated by someone or something else, because we have entrusted, right, the boards of education, our government, to raise our children for us. No, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not mad at y'all. I've done the same thing. I didn't know any better. I came home from prison. I didn't have any help. I was out in the streets trying to figure out how we're going to pay rent, how I'm going to keep things going. The children were at home. The oldest brother was responsible for raising them. They watching whatever is on TV, and we know they put some stuff on that TV, okay? They're being taught whatever the teacher is teaching them. Mama, you too tired. We ain't went to no PTA meetings. We not sitting in the classroom. We don't know what they are teaching our children. You turn around and look back, and this child is 18 years old and graduating, and you realize you got somebody in your house you don't even know. Yeah, it's your child. Yeah, you love him. Yeah, he look just like you. But these morals and these values and these societal norms that they have gotten that you did not teach. And you're sitting there trying to figure out, where did this come from? Who taught you this? Where did you learn that? Why are you arguing me down about something that I've taught you and shown you your entire life? We have willingly allowed them to indoctrinate our own children. Huh? Now you send your son and your daughter to school, they teaching them that they can swap out their privates. I be damn, baby. Y'all, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you, I'm going to be fighting this. I'm going to be fighting this till God take me on up out of here when y'all come for these kids. Now, at some point, we have to say, this has gone too far. Remove the man out the house so the government can now become the daddy. So instead of our men, right, teaching our young boys to grow up to be men, to be protectors and providers, right, of all Black life, right? They're now teaching our young boys, the government, the daddy that y'all let in, because see, we all set back. We set back, they destroyed us. How many of you on here right now, I just want to see by a show of hands in the comment section, right? You may have had a daddy, but how many of you grew up with your father in the home? Not only did you not grow up with your father in the home, how many of us even had grandfathers? Yeah, some of us had, but a lot of us haven't. Remove the man from society. It's remove the Black man from the home. They're not worried about us. They ain't worried about me. I'm not no threat to them. All they got to do is take down my pages. All they got to do is write an article saying she crazy. She's a QAnon conspiracy theorist. Anytime I go to talking about what they doing to our children, what they're teaching our children, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Not someone who's speaking from wisdom. How do you get wisdom? Well, wisdom are things that you live through and you learn. Well, y'all don't have to ask me. You already know. Because let me tell you something. I had to try to dissect that thing and figure that out when it came to my own child. I'm like, what is going, what, how, what do you mean? What, help mama understand, baby. What are you saying to me? What are you saying? So because I'm one, right, that is just not going to believe anything anybody tells me, I had to begin to do my own research. Where did you get this from? School? This is what they taught you? Talking to my own daughter, 17 years old, baby. Why do you think, look, I'm your mom, listen to me. Why do you think it's okay for women to have abortions? Why do you think, what have I taught you? What have I told you? Where are you getting this information from, honey? Who's telling you this? School? TV? Huh? The rappers? The entertainers? Huh? You got these female rappers out here today blowing up now, bragging about having abortions. Sukiana, who? Where Sukiana come from? They promoting Sukiana. She wearing big bamboo earrings that got abortion written in them. These are the same people they gonna have holding up a sign talking about Black Lives Matter, bitch. How Black Lives Matter to you? Black women up on the shade room the other day, Sukiana again put up a post. Hey, I just fed the kids and now I'm off to the streets to be a hoe. You fed the kids, you aborted the other kids. Now that them kids done ate and went to bed, now you finna go be a hoe to get pregnant with some more kids to abort. Why are we allowing them to influence the minds of our children? That is why we can't get anywhere as a people. Because I watched it. I was a part of it. I did it. Now, let me go back to what I'm talking about. We go back to Joe Biden, $450 per illegal immigrant, right? Now, y'all remember when Trump said the virus came from China. Oh my God. He was a racist. He was a bigot. He was a xenophobe. We all sitting there watch on the video this virus break out in China. We all watching these videos. These people coughing, dying on the spot. Video circulate around the whole world. We're watching it. The president says we're going to ban travel from China, right? Because this is the China virus, right? They hated him. Joe Biden turns around and says this about Africa. The World Health Organization has identified a new COVID variant, which is spreading through Southern Africa. So Trump said the China virus, he was a racist, right? Which came from China. He was a racist. We're supposed to hate him. Biden says the COVID variant, which is spreading from Africa. So because he said variant and it's coming from Africa, he ain't a racist though, right? As a precautionary measure, until we have more information, I'm ordering air travel restrictions from South Africa and 7 other countries. Now, all of these are countries with Black people in it. Now, my question is this. If y'all saying we got to go back to masks, if we got to go back to shutting things down, if there's a new variant, if there's a new strain that's out there, or whatever it is that you are trying to tell us that's coming from Africa, right? Then why don't you close the border? I ain't no rocket scientist. I ain't the smartest person on this earth. My question to you is, and hold on, y'all, because y'all up here right now, let me get the banner going. There we go, down at the bottom. You can cash app. If you came out to the event because you was a ticket winner, you didn't get a chance to donate, you can cash app. Y'all can help us to get ready to our next city. Listen, this is my question. If there is such, right, an emergency that you need to ban travel because they now have this new variant, right, that's on the rise, right, why haven't you closed the border? Why is Joe Biden not a racist for closing the border to Africa, but President Trump was a racist for closing the border to China? After Trump closed the border to China, next thing you know, it will stop Asian hate. Oh, the Asians. All of a sudden, because COVID came from China, we going off of what we saw. Now, it's a new variant, supposed to be more deadlier than all of them. Joe Biden gets to say, no travel from Africa. After they sent all the Haitians back, and y'all still asleep. Y'all still asleep? They are telling us that we're not wanted. Not only are they telling us that we're not wanted, they're telling us that they don't value Black life. And we're still constantly choosing to stand behind, to stand with, to support a party that does absolutely nothing at all for Black life other than transitioning it or exterminate it. Death to the Democrat Party. The same way, let me put it like this. If you've ever fallen in love with someone, it doesn't matter, male, female, whatever, and you dreamed about creating a life with that person, and the moment that life was created, the moment that life was conceived, you find out that this person that you have dreamt of all this time of creating a life with actually doesn't want to create a life with you at all. Right? You get pregnant by a man you're in love with, you think you're going to be excited, he tell you, go have an abortion. Right? You get a girl you're in love with, you excited about it, you think y'all getting ready to have a baby, she tell you, I don't want the baby, you begging her not to kill your baby. The pain that you feel when somebody tells you they don't love you enough to create a life with you, you aren't good enough, or they don't want you to have their baby, whatever. That's how I see the Cash App coming in, y'all. I love y'all. That same pain that you feel, that same rejection that you feel from them is the same rejection you feel from the Democrat Party, knowing that these people are willing to give $450,000 to people who have not suffered on this land, hadn't worked on this land, ain't paid no taxes on this land. Do you all understand that this is our money? The citizens, the government, they don't have that type of money. This is tax dollars that they are making us pay for. You telling me that they are using our money to fund illegal immigration, to set their families up for life, to kill our babies. Like, the money is going to everything but what we need to empower us as a people. So, and I know y'all not sold, and I'm not trying to say we all need to go to Republican Party. I'm not saying any of that. At this point, I'm saying to hell with every piece of government. What are we going to do for us? Because if we're still sitting here believing and thinking that the government is there for us, then we are all wrong. And I'm going to tell you how I know this. I know this because I tried it. I know this because I've been at the tables. I've been there. The Republicans can't win because they got the media against them. The Republicans can't win because they continue to feed into every narrative that the media pushes out. If the media is saying Republicans are racist, dear Republicans, stop using Candace Owens as the only face for Black people. If the media is saying Republicans are racist, stop putting old white men on the TV to represent the Republican Party. Show your diversity. And diversity is not Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum. It's just not. And I'm not hating. I'm trying to help you all. The Democrats win because of the faces that they use. Black people are fooled. They look on TV, they see someone, Ayanna Presley. Oh, Black power. She went and shaved all her hair off. Oh, now they look at, oh, that's a strong Black woman. Look at that sister. She fierce. She cut off all her hair. She mean business. She went right there and voted for illegal immigrants to get $450,000 and for your grandchildren to be aborted. Or your niece, or your nephew, or your child. We get funding to abort our children. They get funding to create a life. They fund us to end life. They get funded to create a life that we have been fighting for. Listen, man, I done been to prison, I done been to jail. Had my baby handcuffed to a bed, trying to figure out a way, trying to make a life. I'm not blaming anybody for my actions. They were all based on my own decisions. No, I did not have to make those decisions, but I did. And when we make decisions, right, that we're going to take a penitentiary chance to make life better, right, for us, for our children, we get sent to prison. Do you know how many Black people would be free or not have criminal convictions on their record if we were given $450,000 to jump off of the porch? Nigga, I wasn't given 45 cents. And I ain't asked nobody to give me nothing. I don't mind working. I don't mind figuring out a way. I don't mind pulling my weight. That's just me. I do it. I don't mind. I ain't never been the one to bed. I get up, I figure out a way. But what I'm saying is these people have not even had to ask. Look at the video. The people that are crossing the border, y'all, they're not barefoot. They're not dirty. They're not malnutrition. Okay? They have on clean clothes. Their hair been washed. They're coming with supplies. They got backpacks. They got coolers. They got cell phones. Your people right here, right now, sleep up under the bridge. It don't matter if they homeless. They still Americans. If you can take care, you talking about, a lot of people talk, so what, nobody cares about the homeless people. They're lazy. They don't want to work. They're all drug addicts. All they do is just mess up the place and make it dirty. Okay. But the illegal immigrants coming across the border any better? If of 11 million of them to come together to cross our border, right, and to take over, right, our government, then why can't they come together to take over their own? Why do they have to come here? So let's talk about the reality, right, of this invasion, because that's what it is. The reality of this invasion is that Black America, you are only 13% of the population because we've aborted our children, right? We've adopted hip hop as a culture for us, and that culture is all about abortion, promiscuous sex, killing each other, drug dealing, doing drugs, gang banging, robbing, death. The whole culture is about death, right? So we've adopted this culture. So we're killing us, okay? They're killing us, okay? Now we're silent. They're allowing our children, right, to become sterilized, right, because they are sexually transitioning them. Now that's where they lost me. When y'all start looking at kids in the sexual manner, baby, I'm gone. I don't listen, bro. I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all got going on to even see a child and to think in your mind. To even see a child and to think anything sexual, right, is a sickness. Children don't know nothing about sex, ain't supposed to know nothing about sex, let alone whether or not they supposed to have a penis or a vagina, let alone what they supposed to do with it. So let's just say you have a child, right, that is showing more masculinity than they are femininity, or showing more femininity than masculinity. So because, right, you have a boy child that may seem a little bit more feminine, you mean to tell me you're going to take him to a doctor and let them cut your baby thing off? They're telling us in schools the teachers have to honor whatever the students put down. We ain't talking about high school. We talking about grammar school and elementary school. Your 6-year-old son going there and say, call me Haley. The teacher gonna call him Haley. They're not even going to notify you. This is dangerous. It is dangerous for a little boy to think he's supposed to be a girl. Don't make that decision when he's an adult. It's dangerous for him to believe that, because in his mind, if they are telling him, no, son, you are really a woman, then that is going to lead to dismemberment. Dismemberment means I ain't got to worry about that little black boy ever creating another black life. What are we doing? Y'all, we're not going to protect our children. We're not going to protect our babies, but we're going to go protect a dead man that's already dead and gone, that ain't coming back as that person. Huh? We're going to sit up here and watch the Satanic Temple fight for abortion rituals. We're going to sit up here and support people like Miley Cyrus licking a damn abortion health care cake. Let these people fool us, telling us it's healthy for us to kill our own babies. You wouldn't be here if your mother killed you. You wouldn't have a black life. Who are these white liberals to convince us and decide whether or not black life reproduces, lives, or exists? Who are these? None of this stuff came from black people. Huh? And none of this stuff came from white Republicans either. I'm going to make y'all mad. None of this stuff came from black people or white conservatives. Ain't no white conservatives. Don't lie. See, look at this shit right here, right? And I just happened to look over. Hold on, where we at right here? This right here. I don't know who this person is, right? But you getting ready to get blocked. See, this is the ignorant shit that I talk about. That you would sit up here and post like, I know Kwame ain't said that, because Kwame ain't never in his life even looked at me sideways, tried to touch me, or none of that. Kwame is one of the most respectful men I ever seen, right? And I hope that he see this. And this is the reason why black people cannot get ahead. We sitting up here having a conversation, right, about these evil ass, right, people that are trying to kill, right, black life. And look at this ignorant ass nigga right here. Look at this ignorant ass nigga right here in the comments. See, I gotta call you out, because instead of you being focused on the problem, you want to try to create another problem between two people that can actually coexist and work together without fucking on each other, because it really does happen. Every time you see a black man and a black woman together trying to build, it don't mean that they having sex, bro. We need to get away from this perversion. And listen, don't lie on that man. Don't lie on that man. Don't lie on me. That man got his own shit going on. I have a husband. Don't sit up here and spread these lies just because you want some attention. But I'm going to take the time out to give your ignorant ass the attention that you need right now. Because this is not what we need to be focused on. Now, somebody, where my moderators at? Get this nigga, get him the fuck up out of here, please. As soon as possible. Let's get back focused on what we talking about. Because one thing I'm not going to let y'all do, man, I'm not going to let y'all disrespect Kwame, man. You're not going to do that, and you're not going to disrespect me. They are telling us, right, to kill our children, transition our children, right? If we are needed of assistance, we can't get no $25,000 jump. We can't get no $40,000 jump. We can't get no $50,000 jump, right? They might give you a PPP only if you got a business. Those illegal immigrants at the border don't have anything. Now, I'm not saying not to help people in need. But what I'm saying is this, right? I'm not going to starve myself to feed someone else, right? Like, why do I have to give you all of my food? Like, maybe I can give you a portion. Maybe I can even give you a bite. But how is it that I'm hungry, right? I get up, I go to work every single day. I pay taxes. I live on this land. My family buried on this land. We've been paying taxes since the beginning of time. How is it that some of us are 40 years old and ain't never seen $500,000 a day in our lives? And that's after generation of Black Americans working and paying taxes Still ain't seen $500,000 in their entire life. But you mean to tell us that all of those taxes and everything that we have paid into this system and now going to some people that crossing the border just because Joe Biden them invited them? They invited them. They said the borders are open. All of this stuff is the news. Let me tell you something. I want to hear another country say we're giving $450,000 to illegal immigrants. Baby, I'm about to rent 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 buses. I'm finna get my folks, and baby, we out. One country, Russia, China, any of them. Who is going to give $450,000 to someone crossing their border? All you got to do is make the announcement and we're gone. So you mean to tell me these people get the word? Oh, America, if we go to America right now, they're going to give us $450,000. Now, if I'm over there and I'm living in a hut, I don't care. I could be living in the house that I'm living in now, and I'm in a $500,000 house. And they say we got $450,000 free money. I'm gone. Why wouldn't they come? But this is the same government that is saying, okay, that it is all right for illegal immigrants to come as long as their skin is not dark. I'm trying to ask y'all, why are y'all not woke and why are y'all not hip to what is happening? Black people can't come in. This is Joe Biden administration. One thing with Trump, he didn't let nobody in. He didn't say, okay, well, we're going to let these immigrants in, right? But these ones can't come. Trump said, ain't nobody coming through here. Joe Biden is specific. You are watching this. He gets on the live with black leaders in this country. He gets on the live and says, America is doomed. These are his exact words. Not just because of Black Americans, but because by 2040, right, white people will be the minority, and we better learn to get along with the Latinos because there are already more of them than it is us. This is what came out of his mouth. Okay, Joe Biden, you said that, right? Why is that? Is anybody asking why that is? Why is it more of them than us? Well, because what was the very first thing Joe Biden did when he went in office? Globally funded abortion. They're not talking about globally through the whole world. They're talking about the United States is specifically also funding abortion over in Africa. Y'all ain't know that? Huh? Y'all didn't know that? Y'all didn't know that the United States is funding abortion? Y'all didn't know we paying for that? Y'all didn't know that not only we paying for Black life to be executed here in the United States, that we are also paying for Black life to be executed. And while we are paying, right, for Black life to be executed, right, we're also paying, right, for any other life to be elevated over Black life. First day in office, globally funded abortion, passed the Equality Act, giving them the legal right to transition our children. Oh, y'all thought that was our new civil rights movement. All Black people ain't gay. I know they want y'all to think all of us are, but we ain't. If all Black people was gay, wouldn't no Black people exist. Because, baby, 2 men can't make a life, and neither can 2 women. You can be mad at me, I love you, but that's what it is. No, we can't all be gay. So, our new civil rights movement is against the reproduction of Black life. Why y'all so hell-bent on making this our new fight? Because I'm going to tell you something. I can hide the fact that I'm gay, right? But I can't hide the fact that I'm Black. There are countries right now that kill people because of homosexuality. A gay person can go over to that country right now and actually survive. You can survive, right? You could actually, right, present yourself as a straight person. You would not be attacked or you would not be murdered. But if I am a Black person, right, and I go to a country, right, that kills people because they're black, I'm going to die. I can't, how am I going to hide being black? Your skin color comes before your sexual preference. Huh? Let's talk into this. Hold on. There you go right there. Let me block them. There we go. Get rid of this clown. Your skin color comes before your sexual preference. Okay? Let's discuss this. Let's talk about how this happens. People are saying you are born gay. Well, I have news for you. No, you're not. No one is born gay anything. These things develop over time. They come along with your personality. Anyone that has given birth, has raised a child, has been a child, been around a little brother, sister, whatever, this is what you know. When a child is born, they are born with certain instincts. A baby is born knowing how to suck, knowing how to cry, and knowing how to use the bathroom. Okay? A newborn baby. A newborn baby is not developed enough to have any type of attraction. Are y'all listening to me? A baby is not born with any type of feelings of sexual attraction. These things develop over time. So no, you're not born gay. You're not even born straight. You're not born anything sexual other than your assigned sex. You're born either male or female. And anybody that studies psychologists or the stages of development or lifespan process, you will understand how this goes. Could you imagine saying a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old is gay? They haven't even developed their personality yet. We don't know. These things come with time. The only thing you know for sure what you are born of is your sex and your ethnicity. These are the things that we know for sure, right? When Obama and Joe Biden, that administration, when they got into office, they took the entire civil rights movement. See, we weren't fighting for sexual preference. If that's what you like, that's what you like. Ain't nobody stop nobody from doing what they want to do in their bedroom. When Obama and Biden got in office, they took our whole civil rights movement, right, and rolled it into this new fight for civil rights. What, you mean to tell me you fighting the fuck? I'm just asking. You fighting to get one off? Is that our new civil rights movement? You mean to tell me that because I'm gay, right? Or that's my sexual preference, that sexual preference comes before the oppression of those people because of the color of their skin? You cannot hide your skin color. You can't hide your sexual preference. The reason why everything is going downhill is because what you all are fighting for now, right? With this new civil rights movement, it ain't about being free. It ain't about economically empowering black people. It ain't about making sure that we got 40 acres and a mule. They got us now fighting for what we want to stick our wee-wee in, or what we want stuck in our cat, rubbing on our cat, licking our cat, blowing on the wind. What you do in your bedroom is your business. It's not my business. When I meet you, 9 times out of 10 if you're a gay man, I already know it. You ain't even got to tell me, right? I ain't gonna get into that because I don't want to hurt no feelings. But baby, they say you recognize a tree by its fruit. Okay? All of this stuff is spiritual. And if you ask me, it's more of a spirit because you can recognize it, right? You can, and I love everybody, and I'm not hating, right? But 9 times out of 10, I know a gay man when I see one, right? There are certain characteristic, there are certain sways, there are certain things that you're going to say. There's going to be a certain way that you walk. It's going to be some type of spiritual signification to me, telling me that you are either a gay man or a gay woman, right? Let's be clear. But I want to tell you this, right? Your sexual preference should never be your identifying factor. Ooh, let me say that one more time. Let me say that one more time. Your sexual preference should never be an identifying, right, signification of who you are. When I meet you, who or what you like to stick it to should not be a determining factor to me as of whether or not I want to employ you, whether or not I want to be your friend, whether or not I want you teaching my children, whether or not, like that, what you do in your bedroom is not my business. When I meet you, or if you are someone that I want to employ, if you are someone that I like as a person that I want to hang, it's because of you and not because of how you like to fuck, or what you like to fuck, or who you like. Like, that was never supposed to be any type of identifying factor. So now that we have this, right, movement that's on the forefront, right, of everything, right? It's no longer about, being black. The only time we get a fight for being black is when a black person is killed by somebody white. Ain't no other fight for black people right now. Y'all can't get no money. Can't get school choice for your children. Huh? All you get is empowerment for a sexual preference. This is a new movement now, huh? What you want to do with what you got in between your legs is more important than us being free. What you got in between your legs is more important than us fighting to protect and preserve Black life. What you got in between your legs and how you like to be pleased and how you like to be pleasured is more important than us standing up and fighting for our children. So because you a member, right, of LGBTQ, right, because you allow your preference for sex to control, right, every aspect of your being. Because now what you've done is you've taken on, right, this sexual preference as a lifestyle, right? So I no longer know you for your qualifications based on your intelligence. I know you because you like to suck dick or pussy. That's what you telling me. That's how I need to know you. That's how I need to recognize you. I don't need to know nothing about your business, who you are, your skills, no, none of that. The only identifying factor that you all can give us for our people and our children right now is whether they like pussy, dick, or both. Animals or children, you got pansexual, sansexual, out of all of this sex shit, these are our only identifying factors. Since when has sex been on the front line of our existence? The only time, right, we need to be focusing on sex is when it comes to the need to reproduce or replenish. We're not even focused on that. The sex that they have us focused on does not reproduce or replenish Black life. And listen, do what you want. If that's what you like, do what you want. But you still need to be in this fight with us to make sure that we are protecting and preserving the existence and creation of Black life. This is where I'm at. I don't care about how my hair look. I don't care about what y'all paying attention to. I don't care about, the comments, the negativity, what people want to believe. What I care about is y'all waking up and y'all getting this and us turning this thing around to make sure that we are fighting for the next generation. Because everybody right now that is in this live, everybody that is typing a comment right now in this live, we all have a death date. We are not going to live forever. We keep hearing these people say the children are the future. I put up a post on my page the other day, go watch it. Billy Porter sitting up there saying the kids are ready. He said, magic has no gender. We are listening to these people. Billy Porter, this is the same. Do y'all know who Billy Porter is? Let me pull this up because I need to make this connection for y'all to the Democrats one more time. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this up. I want y'all to watch this. Hold on. Ooh, y'all got to see this. Y'all have to see this. Baby, when y'all see this, hold on. Let me pause it. Pause right quick. Hold on. No, let me let this little... Hold up. Pause. I'm coming back. Now, Billy Porter, our children. I put up on the post the other day, these people that they continue to put before us. Billy Porter was just on Essence, right? On the front of all of these magazines. The new Cinderella in the movie. Billy Porter, the man that's always wearing a dress. Billy Porter said, and Billy Porter said, right, the children are ready. It's the grown-ups that's slowing everything down. Then he went on to say that magic has no gender. Now I'm sitting here saying to myself, Billy, what kind of magic? What kind of magic? I'm just asking. Like me, is there some things I don't play around with? I'm going to pray. I might even burn a candle because I know before there was lights back in the day, people burned candles. I like candles. I might burn a candle. I might play. I might even put some anointing oil on my head. That's it for me. What type of magic are you talking about that has no gender? Then he said the children are ready. Then after that, he went on to make a song called Children. Time to let these children know what time it is. Time to let these children know what time it is. Then they also had Billy Porter on Sesame Street with a dress teaching children about LGBTQ. Now, hold on, wait a minute. Sit down for a second. I ain't never set my 4, 5, 6, or 7, not even 7. And I have 5 children. We didn't have no conversation about no type of sex at that age. Sesame Street, 3, 4, 5, 6 made it to the max. We ain't had no I ain't taught my children. Listen, you got a pee-pee. You go to the bathroom, you use that to pee-pee. That's yours, it's private. Nobody better not touch it. If anybody touch it, you make sure you tell me. These are the conversations I've had with my children when they were that young. I cannot imagine sitting down with a child the age of 3, 4, or 5 and even explaining heterosexuality to them. Like we talked about the birds and the bees. Like when I was a little girl, I was believing it was a damn stork that came to the door and rang the doorbell and brought the baby in a little blanket that he had tied around his stork. I had no idea that men and women had sex and that's how you created a life. I didn't need to know that then. That was too far gone for me because I was a kid. I needed to focus on learning how to spell, learning how to color inside the lines, learning how to add. It wasn't for me to be focused on what we doing with a wee-wee and a vagina at the age of 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So now, Billy Porter. Billy Porter is a tool for the Democrat Party. Angela, what you mean? We like Billy Porter. Don't get on him. You know, he's just a gay man. Your son is gay too. You should be more accepting of these people. You shouldn't be doing all this. No, hold on. I want to talk to you all about these agendas. Now, Billy Porter is the one that opened up for the DNC. Do you know what the DNC is? The DNC is the Democratic National Convention. Huh? Don't tell me the Democrats are not fighting for our children to be caught up in these sexual agendas. Don't tell me the Democrats aren't fighting to destroy strong black men. I want you to watch this. I want y'all to see Billy Porter, the star of the Democrat Party, and we're going to break this down because I want y'all to see this. Let's go. Hold on. Let me go back because I need to make sure I share the sound. Hold on. I got to make sure I share the sound because y'all got to hear this. Hold on 1 second. Let's go. Here we go. Share audio, video. Okay, we got it on. Let's do this right quick. First of all, one of the things that we need to talk about is who flag is that? What does this flag represent? Because last time I remember United States of America, and I'm an American. Say what the hell you want to say. I'm an American. I was born here. I ain't never stepped foot off of this land. I was raised here. I work here. My business is here. My family is here. I am an American, right? What is this flag? What are these colors? What does this represent? Because you know they got all these new flags coming out. But come on, let's keep going. We needed to say that. Now, first of all, I don't know what he got on. I don't know if it's a man dress. I don't know what's going on. Let's keep watching.
There's something happening here, but it ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to be aware. Please stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Stop right there. Let me break this down for you for a minute. Billy Porter in the front, he's singing. The strong, masculine black man, right? Black Lives Matter, their agenda. Look, they're in the back kneeling on their knees. Look at how they have strong black men submitting, right, to femininity. I don't care who get mad this morning. Let's keep going. They kneel down on their knees. Strong black men. You got this man twirling.
There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right, everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their mind, giving so much resistance from behind. We gotta stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
I'm going to stop this for a minute because I need to keep going, y'all. Let's keep going. So, listen. This whole agenda, Black Lives Matter, right? If Billy Porter can't create black life, Billy Porter is not interested in creating black life nor saving black life. Billy Porter, we watch these, right? We watch this agenda. They're elevating this man, right, as some type of hero or someone to look up to. And then we watch his one-on-one where he's crying about catching AIDS and having HIV. So you've decided that you wanted to live this lifestyle freely and on your own. You sacrificed and forfeited your ability, right, to reproduce. And then you've also, right, caught a deadly disease. And now they are revering you as a hero to the black community and putting you before our children as if you are someone for them to look up to. Now, this is a man who is not only, right, dealing with his own demons, right, also has AIDS, right, because of the lifestyle that he has chosen to live, right? This is the one of the lead voices for the Democrat Party. What are they telling our children? Joe Biden just went in and legalized, right, knowingly giving somebody HIV. Back in the day, if you had HIV and you knowingly, intentionally slept with someone and gave them AIDS, they could charge you like that was a murder sentence. You all did not know that with the passing of the Equality Act, they have made it legal to knowingly pass HIV. Now, wait a minute. They also know that Black people, right, have the highest numbers in HIV and AIDS cases. Come on, y'all. Come on. I need y'all working my brain like I can't. I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to help me, help us. Help me, help us. If they know that the highest number of HIV, right, AIDS, right, is in Black people, why would this administration go in and knowingly, right, make it legal to knowingly pass HIV/AIDS? Don't tell me that that is not an attack on Black life. So they want our men, right, to look to men that are feminine, right, as a hero. Billy Porter ain't no hero, bro. How are you a hero? You haven't reproduced Black life, right? You've caught a deadly disease from the agenda, and now they're using you, right, as some type of sign of strength while they got Black men behind you, kneeled on the ground, holding up a fist, talking about Black Lives Matter. Bro, you ain't created no Black life. You have forsaken Black life. And you all, right, that are going along with, somebody said Blacks are not the majority of AIDS cases. Baby, where, baby? Where you getting it? Where you getting this research from, Franco? Yes, they are. Yeah, they are, baby. Yes, they are. I don't know where you got that from, but if you have some information that's factual that you can provide to us, send it in. I'll show it to the people. But let's not be fooled, right? Let's not sit up here and say that Black people don't have the highest numbers of AIDS. Let's not sit up here and say that Black babies aren't the most aborted, right, ethnicity of any other group. Yes, they are. Because what you guys have to factor in, you guys have to factor in the fact that we are only 13% of the population. We're only 13% of the population, with us only being 13% of the population, and we allowing them to continue to push these agendas that lead to the death of Black life. I have been to more than 5 funerals throughout my lifetime of Black men that I know personally that have died of AIDS. Not to mention, I know several Black men that are actually living with the disease right now. Black gay men. I know some Black straight men that died of AIDS too. I know a couple of Black girls that died of AIDS too. So now all of a sudden, because they're saying, oh, it's no longer a death sentence. They've got medication now that can heal you. We saw what happened to Magic Johnson. He's still alive with it. So because that, you know, they have medication now, right, and they feel like it's no longer a death sentence, that means that we're supposed to be okay with it? Huh? That means that we're supposed to continue to push these agendas that we know, right, deplete Black life. The Equality Act. The Equality Act. Y'all go research the Equality Act. Banning conversion therapy. Did you all know that they banned conversion therapy with the passing of the Equality Act? Do you know what conversion therapy is? That means me, who's studying for a master's to become a psychologist. That means you bring your 3 or 4-year-old son in to see me after they've gone to school and been indoctrinated in school, and now your son believes, right, that he's a girl, right? So they bring you bring your child to see me. You say, look, Dr. King, my son is having some issues. I just wanted to bring him into a psychiatrist so we can have some conversations or begin having some counseling. Do you know that with the passing of the Equality Act, that it is now illegal for me to tell your son that he is actually a male? Do you know that with the banning of conversion therapy, that it is now illegal for you to take your child to a church or to a preacher and allow them to pray for them in their identity crisis? Did you know that? Did you know that laws have now been passed? And somebody is in the comments saying Magic doesn't have HIV, and that's probably true because they always use one of us, right, to push their agendas. Same thing with D.L. Hughley. I don't believe D.L. Hughley had COVID. Last year, y'all remember, he was on stage. Supposedly in the middle of the comedy thing, he passed out. It just so happened you on stage sitting on a stool. It's a white man. You can see the white man standing on the side of him the whole while. Now, when do we ever just see? I mean, it ain't like nobody was standing backstage where he just standing right there on the side, just standing, waiting on you to fall, like he knew you was finna fall. You sitting on the stool, giving your comedy thing, all of a sudden, and before you hit the floor, here come the white man to pick you up. Don't worry, I got you. It's okay. Did you pass out? Buddy, if he passed out, he don't hear you. Next thing we see after you done supposed to be passed out in the middle of your comedy thing is you at the hospital. Hey guys, this is D.L. Hughley. I have COVID, and they told me that I just go home for 14 days and quarantine. You go home for 14 days, you quarantine, all of a sudden you heal. Now here it is, a year later, we all need a mandatory vaccination. You ain't get one. You ain't even get no medicine. You say them folk told you to go home and just chill out for 14 days. This is how much Trump had these evil elites shook. They use us to help destroy us. We are no longer going along with these agendas that are against the creation of Black life. I need y'all to wake up. I love y'all. I know I said we was only going to be on here for a little bit, end up being on here for a couple hours, but I had to preach to y'all this morning. I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to wake up. Like we are really, really, really down to our last, right? And someone in the comments says, does Trump DM you? Let me tell y'all something. Like, y'all really be worried about the wrong thing. Y'all really be worried about the wrong thing. Any connection that I have to anybody that's in politics or anybody that's in government, the one thing that you can be assured of, whether or not you all believe that they're racist or whatever you may believe in your mind, one thing that you all can be assured of about me is if I am in contact with anyone that is in our government, right? Any type of powerful white political figure, whatever, I am discussing the needs of Black America. I am advocating for the needs of Black Americans. Now, listen, let me say this too. Like, one of the things that I don't like when people try to attack me, right, for my connection to President Trump or to his family, right? And the reason why I don't like that is because with proof, right, I have real tangibles from working with them to make things better on behalf of Black America, right? So I went in, we passed the First Step Act, which brought many of our fathers, brothers, sisters home. It reunited our families. It was my story, right, that moved President Donald Trump to make it illegal for them to chain women to the bed during childbirth, right? We went in, we worked with President Trump. We got historically Black colleges and universities permanently funded after they were denied funding from the Obama and Joe Biden administration. And even now, after Trump went in to permanently fund them, they came back in and overturned that executive order and took funding from historically Black colleges, went in with President Trump, fought against the #1 killer of Black life, which was Planned Parenthood. They had an option. They could receive $60 million worth of funding from the government if they promised to use that funding just for providing birth control, education, mammograms, other things, right? Besides abortion, they said, we will give you this money if you promise that you all cannot use this money to perform abortions. Planned Parenthood said, fuck you. We don't want your money. If we can't use that money to kill babies, then we don't want it, right? Then went back and released the article and said that President Trump and his administration was against women's rights. No, they're not. They're not against women's rights. How many Black babies were saved because they were denied that funding while President Trump was in office? So I need for Black people, right, to not be mad at me for going in, saving Black life, reuniting our families, educating our children. Don't be pissed off with me about that. It don't matter who the fuck did it. I don't care if it was Trump or Satan himself. Black people, you need to get something. But y'all not mad at these people sitting up there with Joe Biden right now, giving reparations to Asian Americans, giving $450,000 to illegal immigrants crossing the border. And the only thing, your Black ass, my Black ass, our children, the only thing we can get from this current administration is abortion. Welfare and transitioning our children. They gave y'all $250,000 as a stimulus payment, talking about for your children. $250. You got $250 in your bank account from Joe Biden and his administration. $250, baby. I eat that one meal. $250 for your child. And this is your money, American money. But an illegal immigrant can come here, fully clothed, backpack, supplies, everything, and get $450,000. And baby, and then listen, one of my homegirls called me the other day talking about she checked the food stamp card. It was $1,000 on food stamp card. You mean to tell me y'all satisfied with $1,000 in food stamps? You can't take that and turn it into nothing tangible. All they want to do is say, hey, we fed you and we only going to give you enough to last a month so you can come back to us the next month because we need y'all dependent on us. Because the minute that you learn how to feed yourself and you no longer need them to give you those crumbs every month, right, then they are useless to you. But as long as you are dependent on them to feed you and your children every month, then they control you. So we get food stamps, right, to go buy all the unhealthy food in the community because we ain't got no Whole Foods in the hood. We ain't got no Sprouts in the hood, right? They give us all the low quality food. So they're giving you food stamps to go buy food that's going to harm you and your children. Milk that make your son breast grow. I had to stop giving my boys milk. Cow's milk. Next thing I know, their nipples sticking out look like they breasts almost bigger than mine. Hormones. You're satisfied with food stamps, $250, right, a month. But you mean to tell me that somebody who ain't never sat in the jail, ain't never paid their taxes, ain't never been harassed by the government for taxes, ain't never had taxes withdrawn out of their paycheck? I told you, listen, I first started working my job. The first job I ever had, I was so excited. Like I had added up all of this money. What's my first job? Kentucky Fried Chicken. I had to add up all of this money, right? I'm like, oh, we gonna ball this weekend. I'm gonna go get me some shoes, go get me an outfit, whatever. I get the check. The check ain't even half of what I thought it was. This me learning about taxes. I'm like, Mama, what is this? Mama, where my money at? And say, you gotta pay Uncle Sam, baby. So even the mother or the father, this is how they got us so screwed up. Even the mother that is taking care of her children, that is receiving welfare, that they're saying, hey, we're going to continue to give you these food stamps, but you can only make a certain amount of money. So I'm already only making minimum wage. I can only work maybe 25 hours a week, because if I go over 25 hours a week, you're going to take away my food stamps. Out of that little bitty minimum wage check for $25 a week, $25 for 25 hours a week, you still making me pay taxes on top of that. So the mother that's struggling, she gonna pay taxes so we can give $450,000 to an illegal immigrant crossing the border, and we still gotta sit here and watch how her children suffer. I still gotta go to these schools in our communities and watch our children failing. If y'all got $450,000 to give each person that crosses the border, why are y'all not rebuilding and revitalizing these failing schools, these failing public schools? Why are you not rebuilding and revitalizing Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard? Why is it that every Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, go to any city, every Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard got the projects or is in the hood? How is that a representation of who we are as a people? Every Grammy-nominated rapper that's black, not every, 99% of them, preach to the demise of black life. Y'all satisfied? Y'all not mad yet? Y'all not upset? Like, if this right here don't show you that this government does not give a damn about it, and I'm gonna tell y'all something about this Republican and this Democrat battle, right? This is kind of where I am now as a people, because there are three branches of government, right? When we begin to vote, we have to vote for the best policy. It ain't no more about the person. It ain't about the party. It's about the policy. If there is a man standing before me, right, and this man says, hey, I'm a Democrat, but I will not vote, right, to execute black life in the womb. I will not vote to sterilize children. Guess what? Then that's the person that I need to get behind and support. If there is a Republican that is saying, hey, I'm a Republican, and as a Republican, I will not vote, right, to execute black life in the womb. I will not vote to sterilize your children. I will vote for your child to have school choice. Why haven't the Democrats, if y'all can vote to give $450,000 to illegal immigrants, why haven't y'all voted yet for us to be able to send our children to the school of our choice? Why is it that my child has to go to the failing school because I live in a failing neighborhood? Did y'all know that our schools are funded by property tax? So if you live in a hood that's funded by the government, that is a low-income community, right? Then you have a low-income school. That's why mothers, right, are taking the risk because they want their children to have better and have more. This is why mothers are taking the risk of going to prison for enrolling their children in schools that are not in their districts. Did you all know that? If we got money to give to illegal immigrants, why we ain't got money to rebuild our schools? Why we don't have money to rebuild our neighborhoods? Why we don't have money to economically empower the 3.5 black Americans still living in poverty? Why don't we have money to create homeless shelters to get these people off of the street, to get them the help that they need? Why do we have money to get our troubled youth out of juvenile and get them into some type of centers that can reprogram their minds and help them become productive, tax-paying citizens. Why are we not giving them opportunity? Y'all talking about kids in cages, damn it. When y'all gonna go protest the juvenile detention center? Half of them kids ain't got no parents either. Come from foster care, orphanage, awards of the state, out here wilding. Y'all care about them kids at the border. What about our kids? I'm just asking. I'm gone.